Well, look who's back. Dodger manager Dave Roberts. Another World Series title. Didn't need to make a proclamation in spring training. Didn't have to do any of that stuff. Just a easy 7 games, and there you are, winning again. I guess, can you compare the back-to-back, the different feelings that you had?
Well, I'm glad you're ho-hum about it. It was very difficult. Winning a championship is very difficult. Winning two is even tougher. No, I mean, there's nothing like Game 7, and a lot of things had to happen. Guys stepped up, and I'm just proud of the guys. It was there's a lot of pressure points in that series in the postseason, and certainly in the World Series. But it certainly wasn't easy, and yeah, we've done something that hadn't been done in 25 years.
But you look at pressure, and we could see pressure. It was tangible when you're watching Game 7. But the pressure to, you're supposed to win, expected to win by, the media, the fans. It feels like that the difference in being an underdog and winning, like when you won with the Red Sox as a player, to winning when you're the favorite, the different kind of pressures or feelings that you have with that.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess the thing about sports is, yeah, everyone's got opinions, but the David and Goliath narrative, fans, media put things together that just aren't true. And to be quite honest, people that have never been in the ring. And the Blue Jays were a very good team. They won the AL East. They won more baseball games than we did, but we're Goliath. And so it was a great series, and we were trying to win the series. They were trying to win a World Series. I don't think it was pressure. I think that what happens is, as athletes, as teams, you have expectations and goals for yourself. And, you don't want more for yourself than fans do. You want to win. You expect to win. So I don't think that our pressure from the fans or media had any bearing on the game. We were trying to win for each other in the city of Los Angeles.
Give me the move that maybe you were going to second guess yourself in Game 7, and you didn't.
Probably. Well, the easiest one is hitting for Miguel Rojas. He's a defensive guy. I inserted him in Game 6 to add some infusion and energy into our club. Yeah, that's probably the one. But looking at the bench, it's tough to pinch hit, and anyone can say. And you were probably second guessing me, saying you should hit for him, and because the numbers say that there's other guys that can hit home runs in this, but it's hard to come off the bench. And I trusted my players, and he made me look good, and he deserved that moment. And in the postseason, what I have learned, Dan, is, it's not about the numbers. You got to trust your players. And my job is to know the players. That's my job. Ultimately, that's my job. It's not to know statistics. It's about to know the heartbeat of the player. And I do believe that, to win 11 or this year, 13 games in October, you've got to trust your players and know your players. And that's what we did.
But so you're saying gut feeling still has a place in the game. It feels like we're so attached to analytics. How much of what you did in Game 7 was gut as opposed to analytics?
It's all gut. I think that if you look back at 2024 in the postseason, it's the eye test, it's gut. But people, if you look at 2020, it's eye test, it's gut. People can't get off the analytics for some reason. So these are people that are just stuck in their ways, and you're never going to change them. But if people that really that really watch the game, and know the game, then they can see that analytics had nothing. It's about coaches trusting their players and players stepping up in big moments.
When you saw the collision in left center with Paez and Kike, what?
I was prayers were answered. It was unbelievable. They both went after it. Kike was trying to make his Willie Mays play. Paez was just inserted and just made a next level big moment play. And it's funny because Kike laid down there for dead, and Paez asked him if he was okay, and he says, "Forget that. Do you have the ball?" And he said, "Yes, I do have the ball." And he got up and ran into the dugout. So it was. But again, and it's like Miguel Rojas coming out of Game 7 because he just expended all energy. It's like that's just what fans live for, and that's what our players gave both teams.
The play at the plate, how close that was. Are you ready then to ask for replay?
Oh, that was like I was asking for replay right from the get-go, or if they would have called it, say for sure. And I was with Will Smith last night, and he goes, "I honestly did not realize that I took my foot off the plate to then have the wherewithal to put it down." And that's the thing is that, but even the play for Miggy to take it, to lose momentum, and then to regain, to make a good throw, for Will to field it, get his foot back down. I mean, oh my God, it's a heartache series.
Talking to Dave Roberts, Dodger manager. Yamamoto reminded me of Pedro. Reminded me of Pedro Martinez. Are they similar build, similar size?
Very similar build, very similar size. Obviously Pedro, sort of a similar mix. If you say the split is Pedro's changeup, and just same mindset. Pedro on game days, I've never seen. He's an assassin, and Yamamoto is an assassin. What he did is stuff like Pedro-esque, Sandy Koufax-esque. Obviously, what Mad Bum did, I don't know if it was 2012 or 2014, one of those Giants years. But yeah, I mean, this is a guy that, not physical, but his mind, Dan, is just pretty spectacular.
But if you would have said, hey, beginning of the series, a Japanese-born player is going to win MVP.
Shohei all day.
Yeah.
All day.
But what did you learn about him in this World Series or in the playoffs that maybe you didn't know?
No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not the World Series, the playoffs. So I knew that he's a killer. I knew it. This guy, and he showed that, this year, having just a tremendous year, being a stopper for us, pitching huge in big games, going complete game, doing what he did in Milwaukee was incredible. Complete game, one run. I think the first, gives up a solo homer, a leadoff homer, then goes 9 innings shut after that. Then the next game, complete game. And then in game 3, 18 innings, I think he was like 13th inning. He's like, I'm ready to go down there. I'm not going to let a position player pitch in the game, in a World Series game. And this is after 1 day off. And so that showed me a lot. Freddie walks it off. And then so game 7, obviously was no surprise, but to go 3 innings was incredible.
But Ohtani, and your use of him throughout the season, ramping him up, was he coming in game 7? Or started game?
No.
Yeah.
No, because he started game 7.
Okay.
And then so once he was done, he gave us 3 innings. And then I was like, you know what? I think he just wasn't as sharp. Get him off the pitching, lock in on the hitting, and then we had some arms behind him.
Yeah, I thought the way you ramped him up the entire season was interesting. When you have that kind of talent, but he's got 2 innings or he's got 3, like you got to be careful that you don't get greedy in a situation, I guess, like that.
You do. And it was, it's hard not to be greedy, but we went 1 inning, remained steadfast, 1 inning, 2 innings, 3 innings. And then, at the end, that was the first time, because all year he had 7, 8, 9, 10 days of rest. So game 7 was the first time he ever went on 3 days rest. So that's why, this guy's coming off 2 Tommy Johns. He's our team MVP. And so he's 2 players in 1. So we couldn't get greedy with him. So 3 days, he wasn't terribly sharp. He gave us 3 innings. That was plenty.
Clayton Kershaw is joining us tomorrow.
Nice.
What should I bring up to him?
Oh my gosh! I think
was he going in game 7?
He was. It was either going to be the next hitter, or certainly if they tied it up. If Kirk tied it up right there, Clayton was going to take the next inning.
How nervous were you when he was on the mound? When he got that?
I was nervous in that game. Game 3. Game 3, I bring him in a bases loaded situation. And it goes back to trust your players.
Yeah.
Clayton and I have been through so much in my 10 years with him, 18 years, obviously, in his career. And we've had some lows certainly together, and then we had some highs. But again, I'm gonna if it's gonna go down, I'm gonna bet on Clayton Kershaw, and I've proved that time and time again.
How was the celebration?
Oh, so last year was insane. We didn't get it in 2020, so it's sort of kind of butted up together in 24. But yesterday's parade or 2 days ago's parade was it was the best. They one up themselves. More people, a longer parade route. Players were just overjoyed. It was fantastic, Dan.
You getting used to this?
I would say I enjoy it. I wouldn't say getting used to it. We already talked about the players already talked about it three-peat. I talked about it three-peat. So I'm not making any guarantees, but I already cleared it with Pat Riley on the three-peat term. So we're excited. I just think with us, you got to find some carrot. It's like we started out in South Korea in 24, finished in the Bronx, started out in Tokyo, finished in Canada. And so we've had the longest season, the shortest off seasons of anyone, traveled the most miles. So you've got to have some carrot to keep our guys focused and motivated. So the three-peat is it for us.
Yeah. I mean, you want to win, you expect to win.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Congrats.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate you, man.
All right. Enjoy your off season.
All right. Take care. And tell Clayton I said hello tomorrow.
All righty. That's Dave Roberts. Did it again.